Okay, here is the tour of my nets and ropes and associated materials. I've always tried to stay fairly organized, and I've gone through an organizing binge. And so here we go. The two rows over here are, I've got 7 nets there, fairly large. They have edge cords and draw cords. Nice nets. Most of them are pretty big, 5x7, 6x6. These two rows, we have 10 large nets, 6x8, 5x7, 5x5. These are pretty big nets. They have edge cords built in, so the edges will be very strong. They're just like these, except they don't have any draw cords. So they're basically not usable until I put some cordage on there and put draw cords. So I've got 10 pretty large nets without draw cords, which is not a problem, but that's a separate thing. And in this row, we have finished nets. Like the first two rows, we have 4 bags here. So these 4 nets are also finished. Um, they do not have edge cords. They do have draw cords. It's okay that they don't have edge cords because they're smaller nets. Um, but they're ready to go, ready to use. These 4 nets, I believe, are vintage hemp or linen fiber. I never decided if it was hemp or linen, but I know it's very old. These are finished bags. They're medium bags, 3x3, 3.5x3.5. They all have edge cords. They all have draw cords. They're all ready to go. So on this table we have 5, 10, 17, 21. So we got 25 nets there. And here we've got another 4 nets of medium and small finished nets with edge cords, with draw cords. That brings us up to what, 29? So each of these piles I'm kind of identifying will go in its own box with a note of what basically that grouping of nets is. We've got a net. You can see the little card I've got with some information about the net. All of those bags have information about those nets: how wide, how long, how many knots, how long the draw cord is. As much information as possible that I've been able to get from those. So there's a net holding a gourd for no real reason. Here we have a net that's basically just flat work. No edge cord, no draw cord. There's a smallish net, 3x3, 3x3.5, something like that. I will, well, I probably won't, to tell the truth. I could add a draw cord to it and put it to work. A net that does not have a draw cord, a net that does not have an edge cord, it could be added, but I probably wouldn't do it. Usually if I'm going to have an edge cord, I build it into the net, and most of my nets do get them. Over here we have 4 more nets. 2012 project, 2011 project, 2007 project from Hart Square, with pretty good notes on all of those. Also the 6 foot by 8.5 foot net that I use as a display net, which was also a Hart Square project, although I don't know what year that was a project, but that's the net that I hang on the porch every year. Here we have a variety of ropes, cordage made from twine. And these ropes and cordages, plus all of the nets, they're jute, they're hemp, they're linen. I use hemp primarily. I use 1.5 millimeter hemp primarily. I will also use 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter hemp. I really like linen. I've only got a couple of linen bags, but linen is better for smaller things, 3x3 or less. And I've got a couple of nice linen, so I may make some smaller bags this year, and I'll definitely use linen if I do, because I've got some nice linens available. So these cordages are separated according, some pieces are just shorts, anywhere from 1 to 3 feet long, extra, where I finished them and whipped the ends. Some of them are longer shorts, anywhere from 3 feet to 12 feet, but I've whipped the ends, so it's cordage that could be put to use. I've got some longer ropes, hemp, sisal. These ropes, a lot of them probably went to that pile of 10 bags that didn't have draw cords. Chances are 10 of these ropes were intended to be draw cords, and I never did it. Over here, those 3 bags have the first net that I ever made. They have my raffia net, which I've only done once. I handmade all of the cordage for the raffia and then made the net from the cordage. And also there is a very nice linen bag there with a good bit of information on it, so I've got it set aside. The little black bag in the plastic bag there was an effort at using a synthetic material, and it's not very good quality at all. The synthetic materials require a different knotting process. That was not a fun project and not really very successful either. That little thing there is my book bag, which, believe it or not, will actually hold about 5 books with no problem at all. This trunk. This trunk is where I keep my stuff. I keep my scissors and knives and shuttles and gauges, and this is where I keep my raw cordage, jute, linen. I don't have much cordage right now. Really do need to resupply my cordage. The only nets not on this video are ones that I've given away, which is not very many. I know all the nets that I've given away. My 2010 Heart Square project is not in this. I still have that net. I still have hopes for it. It was a major project which ran into major problems. We'll have to see if I can save that net. Also, I made a rabbit net about 3 or 4 feet tall, about 50 feet long, and that's in a separate box. So that is the cleanup and inventory of my net related stuff, which I am now going to officially put away in boxes and mark, and that'll be that.